Cassandra Tate, 34-year-old American, two-time bronze medalist at the World Championships. Right on the outside. Then Adranette Knight, Jamaica, again with such good heritage in this event. It's always hard just to make the Jamaican team for the Worlds or the Olympic Games. She just missed out last year. Has run a 60 hurdles already this year, as well as a 400 flat to tune up for this. Rochelle Clayton, all-time number 10 in the world ever at this event. Well, Clayton got a great cheer. McLAUGHLIN-LEVRONE, I'm sure the Jamaican crowd will give her an equally good welcome. Superstar of our sport. Sian Salmon has shown that she's got incredible ability in this event. 52.97, under 53 seconds, which is real high up world class. That was last year in Zurich. Kathleen Peters, the Dutch athlete who's again just come from the World Indoors, where she helped the Dutch to gold medal in the 4x4 relay. She ran the third leg, handing over to Femke Bol, often the challenger to Sydney McLAUGHLIN-LEVRONE, and indeed a little while ago Dalilah Muhammad. So Muhammad on the inside in lane 2. We only have 7 athletes in this particular race. Wouldn't it be great to see Muhammad kind of rediscover some form of old in what she's already said is her final year.
It would be. So the last person to beat Sydney McLAUGHLIN, and it took a world record to do it. The last 2 times she beat her world records. So you know what it takes to beat her. See what happens today.
So McLAUGHLIN-LEVRONE in lane 5. Clayton and Knight, the 2 Jamaicans, in 6 and 7. Salmon also in 4. Sydney McLAUGHLIN starts pretty quickly as expected, but Rochelle Clayton's holding her through the first hurdle, just maybe a meter or so, not even that. The 2 of them going down the back straight, almost stride for stride, although McLAUGHLIN-LEVRONE just forging ahead down the back straight into 200 meters. Clayton going well, others just starting to falter a little bit. Salmon a long, long way back. Dalilah Muhammad trying to work hard in lane 2 to get on terms. Clayton doing a level best to hang on to the American here, but McLAUGHLIN-LEVRONE doing what she does best. Clayton just faltered off that one. Dalilah Muhammad moving through in lane 2 as well, but they're a long, long, long way behind. McLAUGHLIN-LEVRONE over the last hurdle. Storms on now, just watch the clock here. See what she's going to give us here in Kingston. 52.76. Muhammad with an excellent run in lane 2 to take 2nd spot, and others perhaps suffering from going out hard with the best in the business. Really, really strong performance. Okay, this is the result we expected. I thought Muhammad ran really well to come through in 2nd place. Not easy necessarily in lane 2. So the Americans getting a 1-2. Almost days of old there.
Yeah. Well, this is the fastest time ever run in April that Sydney got. I was wondering if she was going to get the fastest time ever run on Jamaican soil, just outside of that, held by Rochelle Clayton, who's in this race. But Sydney's a special 400-meter hurdle runner. She alternates for 7 hurdles, running 14 strides between, which is pretty unheard of. You got to be moving to be able to do that. Coming home, she'll let her stride shorten up a little bit, but she was clear of the field. I was pretty sure she was going to take it easy in this first race, because early season, she knows she doesn't have to do much to win. And then she can try and put something down in that 400 tomorrow to secure the bag. But ultimately, at some point, I want to see her cross over with some of the faster women in the 4, you know?
It's a measure of her ability. There's so many women in the world would dream of running 52.76, and she can make that look workmanlike, with everyday performance, just easy, just comfortable. She was looking at the clock. I don't think she thought maybe she'd gone a bit quicker.
It looked like a stroll. Crowd loving her here.
52.76 the winning time. Mohammed, a really good performance. Second, 54.59. Clayton did have...
Meter final, racing for a national title. Now, the last 4 years, this title has been owned by the training partners and the two who clashed at the Prefontaine Classic. There's SHA'CARRI Richardson and her training partner and now rival Melissa Jefferson Wooden. So Melissa won in 2022, SHA'CARRI 23 and 24, and Melissa in 2025.
I am a lot more interested to see how fast SHA'CARRI is going to run, because I'm not sure that anybody in this field is going to be able to seriously challenge her. Its personal best dates back to 2023. She's been knocking on the door with 10.77 this year, but her personal best 10.65 is the time that she ran to win the World Championships from the outside lane in Budapest.
That just happens to be the meet record as well. And who holds that? Her training partner and rival, Melissa Jefferson Wooden. So there's a whole lot of numerology going on here and a national title on the line. But what can the likes of Kayla White and Anavia Battle do? Tamari Davis, of course the spotlight's on SHA'CARRI, and she looks devastatingly fast and confident at the moment. Time to meet the field. In lane 9, Alicia Mouzon.
Personal best 11.12. She competed collegiately at East Carolina University. Got as far as the heats at the Olympic trials 2 years ago.
Alongside her, the 22-year-old Kayla Jackson.
10.93 this year at NCAA Regionals. Coming off of her senior season at Georgia, which means she trained with Adeja Hodge, the world leader in this event at age 20 from the British Virgin Islands.
In lane 7, from Gainesville, Florida, Tamari Davis.
She's made U.S. teams before. She made the 2023 team that went to the World Championships, just off of the team, though, in 2024 in the 100 at the Olympic trials. Personal best 10.83.
On her inside, from Michigan, this is Anavia Battle.
Better at 200. She made the Olympic team that went to Tokyo, got as far as the Olympic semifinals. Personal best 10.98, but 10.99 in her semifinal. Maybe she gives SHA'CARRI a scare if she gets another personal best here.
Spotlight shining brightly on SHA'CARRI Richardson in lane 5.
Win dated 10.78 to win her semifinal. That was the fastest time in the semifinal. She also had the fastest time in the first round, looking like her old self. The world champion in 2023, the Olympic silver medalist, SHA'CARRI Richardson will start in lane 5.
In 4 on her inside, Kayla White.
Training partner of SHA'CARRI Richardson, 10.84 for second last year at the U.S. Championships. She's also run 10.89 for a personal best last year.
How about Utah's Jaslyn Gardner in lane 3?
Personal best 11.01 up in the altitude of Provo, Utah. She competed collegiately at BYU.
Just 2 to go. Naylor Harris is in lane 2.
Just coming off of her senior season at UT Rio Grande Valley. 11.04 in her semifinal for a personal best.
And then on the inside, another Georgia Bulldog. Here's Jasani Carter.
She's also part of that amazing University of Georgia squad led by Carol Smith-Gilbert. Personal best 10.88 this year at the NCAA East Regional. But she's going to have to run very close to that to be a factor here. So I think the wind is going to determine how close SHA'CARRI gets to a personal best here. If she gets one of those 2.0-ish wins, yeah, we could be looking at something really, really fast here. Remember, the world lead is 10.63 by the NCAA second placer, Adeja Hodge. She ran that in the semifinal.
New York, let's enjoy this. The Nike Women's 100-meter national title. Racing to be #1 in the country. It's been a very determined SHA'CARRI Richardson. She's got to get past Kayla White. She's got that done already. Here goes SHA'CARRI, third national title, 10.77. SHA'CARRI's a winner again.
So So this is SHA'CARRI's third U.S. 100-meter title. The only woman to do that since 2000, Carmelita Jeter, the world champion in the 100 meters back in 2011. But SHA'CARRI confirms the fact that she is back. She missed the podium last year at Worlds. This looks like the SHA'CARRI that we've seen in 23 and 24. So that equals the fastest time run by an American this year. That just happens to be her training partner, the reigning world 100 and 200 champ, Melissa Jefferson Wooden. So we thought it would be fast. If she had gotten a better start, maybe like Kayla White did to her left, maybe she dips into the 10.6s, but man, when SHA'CARRI is running like this, she is just a joy to watch, because it really doesn't matter what she looks like in the first third. You remember, this is how Noah Lyles won the Olympic title. Dead last until he wasn't at the end by thousands. But SHA'CARRI, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch her, especially when she hooks up with Julian Alfred of St. Lucia and her training partner, Melissa Jefferson Wooden, and they will all be at the Ultimate Championship in Budapest in early September, and we will have that for you.
Greetings and once again welcome back guys to the Yardie Reacts. If it is for the first time you are checking me out, kindly subscribe, like and share to my YouTube channel, and to my returning subscribers I want to say thank you very much for the love and support you are always giving unto me. But today guys, we are going to take the coverage of these two track and field events, and by the first video is a recap of the women's 400-meter hurdles race held at the Grand Slam track event in Kingston, Jamaica. Hereby we had Sydney McLAUGHLIN-LEVRONE, whereby she dominated the competition, securing first place with a winning time of 52.76 seconds. Delilah Muhammad finished in second place with a time of 54.59 seconds, followed by the Jamaican athlete Rachel Clayton in third at 55.02 seconds. And onto it, McLAUGHLIN-LEVRONE exceptionally ability to maintain stride, noting her use of a 14 stride pattern between hurdles. On to the final standing, we had Sydney McLAUGHLIN-LEVRONE with 52.76 seconds taking the first position, and Delilah Muhammad on the second position with 54.59 seconds. Rachel Clayton position 3 with 55.02 seconds. Adonai Knight with 55.06 seconds taking the fourth position. Kathleen Jean Peters with 55.85 seconds taking the fifth position. And to the chances, Salmon 55.89 seconds took the sixth. Cassandra Tate with 56.5 seconds taking the seventh position. Yeah, and in it, what makes McLAUGHLIN-LEVRONE hurdle technique so special? Sydney McLAUGHLIN-LEVRONE's success in the 400-meter hurdles is defined by her exceptional ability to maintain a consistent and efficient stride pattern, which allows her to clear hurdles with minimal loss of momentum. And to the aspect of her technique include the stride rhythm. She is renowned for her ability to maintain a low speed count between hurdles throughout the race, most notably her usage of a 14 stride pattern for significant portions of the track. This is considered a light and rare, as it requires immense power and speed. To the efficient takeoff, many hurdlers lose speed in the final stride before a hurdle. McLAUGHLIN-LEVRONE is noted for her ability to maintain her velocity right into the takeoffs, ensuring a seamless transition over the barrier without chopping her steps or stuttering. To the versatility and alternating, her technique is highly adaptable, allowing her to alternate lead leg effectively. This fluidity helps her stay in rhythm even when fatigue sets in, maintaining a level of aerobic anaerobic efficiency that few can match. And her discipline is this technical detail ensures that she remains as fast over the barriers as she is on the flat, setting her apart as a dominant force in the sport. And how does the 400-meter hurdle race work? Just to dive in onto it, the 400-meter hurdle is a physically demanding track and field event that combines sprinting speed with technical hurdling skill and endurance. Athletes must navigate one full lap of the track, which covers 400 meters, while clearing 10 evenly spaced hurdles. Onto the key mechanics of the race, we have the track layout, whereby the race is run in lanes. Each athlete has their own lane and they must remain within it for the entire duration of the race. The hurdlers are spaced 35 meters apart from one another. To the starting phase, the distance from the starting line to the first hurdle is 45 meters. From the final hurdle to the finish line, there is a 40-meter stretch. And to it, we have got the rhythm and stride, whereby success often depends on stride pattern, which refers to the number of steps an athlete takes between hurdles. Elite athletes aim for a consistent rhythm such as 13 to 15 stride to maintain momentum throughout the race. Athletic requirements: the event requires a mix of anaerobic power to sprint at high speed, anaerobic endurance to maintain that speed for over 40 to 50 seconds while managing the physical cost of clearing each barrier. Athletes are generally disqualified if they intentionally trail their leg or foot alongside any hurdle, or if they jump over a hurdle that is not in their assigned lane. And who are the top 400-meter hurdle runners? The women's 400-meter hurdle is currently dominated by Sydney McLAUGHLIN-LEVRONE, who holds the world record of 50.37 seconds. She is widely considered the greatest in the event's history, having shattered her own world record multiple times. Other top-tier athletes consistently competing at the world-class level include Delilah Muhammad, an Olympic and world champion known for her fierce rivalry with McLAUGHLIN-LEVRONE and her excellent technique. We have Rachel Clayton, a standout Jamaican athlete who is a regular podium finisher in international competition. We have Anna Cockrell, an elite American hurdler who ranks among the fastest in the world. Jasmine Jones, another top American performer who consistently records times in the low 52 seconds range, and the ranking fluctuate throughout the season as athletes compete in events like the Diamond League and national championships. Performance level are exceptionally high, with the world's best frequent clocking times under 53 seconds. And that leads us to the first of the end of that video that was made and done, by this amazing athlete McLaughlin. And we dive in onto the second video, whereby it covers the Nike women's 100-meter national title final, highlighting the return to form a track star SHA'CARRI Richardson. Here are the highlights. The race, we had SHA'CARRI Richardson dominated the field with a winning time of 10.77 seconds, marking her third US 100-meter title in 4 years. Performance: despite a slightly slow start, Richardson surged past her training partner Kayla White by the 40-meter mark to secure a comfortable victory to the competition field. Notable competitors include Kayla White, second place with 10.90 seconds, and Tamari Davis on the third place with 11.00 seconds. And to the notable absence, reigning world champion Melissa Jefferson Wooden did not participate in the 100-meter, opting to focus on the 200-meter event instead. And SHA'CARRI Richardson looks to be a prime condition for future major competitions, including the upcoming Ultimate Championship in Budapest. What is SHA'CARRI Richardson's personal best? If you might want to know SHA'CARRI Richardson's personal best in the 100-meter dash is 10.65 seconds. She achieved this remarkable time during her gold medal winning performance at the 2023 World Athletics Championships in Budapest. Why did Melissa Jefferson skip the race? Just to give you some of the details according to it. According to the video, Melissa Jefferson Wooden did not compete in the 100-meter race because she chose to focus strictly on the 200-meter event instead. And when is the next major championship? Just to look at it, the inaugural World Athletic Ultimate Championship mentioned in the video is scheduled to take place from September 11 to September 13th, the year 2026, and the event will be held at the National Athletic Center in Budapest, Hungary, featuring top-ranked athletes from across the globe. Yeah. And how many national titles has SHA'CARRI Richardson won so far? SHA'CARRI Richardson has won 3 US 100-meter national titles in the last 4 years. According to the video, she claimed these victories in 2023, 2024, and most recently in 2026. Just to give you some of what events are at the Ultimate Championships, the inaugural World Athletic Ultimate Championship taking place from September 11 to 13, 2026 in Budapest will feature a high-intensity format designed to showcase top-tier talent. And to the details about the event, we have got the total event. The competition will crown champions across 28 finals. We have got the discipline breakdown. The program features 16 track events and 12 field events spanning 16 different athletic disciplines. To the format, unlike traditional multi-round championships main event including all field events, the 1,500 meter and the 5,000 meter will be decided in straight finals to emphasize the direct competition between the world's best athletes, such as Olympic and World Championships and Diamond League winners. Yeah, so guys, that leads us to the end of this amazing video. I hope you have enjoyed the video to the end. So let's come around, share out our thoughts through the comment section so we can get to interact and know what you think, and mainly because your opinion does matters to us every day. Thank you very much guys for following up the video with me. I was your host, Yardie Reacts. If you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe, like and share to my YouTube channel. And to my returning subscribers, I do want to say thank you very much for the love and support you are always giving unto me. Always remember to link me up through my next. All I do want to say is peace out there.